She was the last pharaoh of Egypt, a queen whose beauty and intellect captivated the most powerful men in the ancient world, a ruler who stood against the might of Rome and changed the course of history. This is the story of Cleopatra VII, the queen who defied Rome and became legend. Born into a dynasty of intrigue, Cleopatra was not just a queen. She was a symbol of Egypt's final stand against an empire that ruled the world. The making of a queen. Cleopatra was born in 69 BCE into the Ptolemaic dynasty, descendants of Alexander the Great's generals. Unlike her Greek ancestors, she was determined to embrace Egyptian culture, even learning to speak the native Egyptian language, something no ruler of her line had done for centuries. From an early age, Cleopatra showed brilliance. She studied science, philosophy, and diplomacy, but her path to power was not easy. When her father, Ptolemy XII, died, the throne passed to Cleopatra and her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, whom she was forced to marry, as tradition demanded. But behind the palace walls, power struggles brewed. A kingdom divided. Cleopatra's rule was challenged almost immediately. Her brother's advisors conspired against her, and she was exiled from Egypt. But Cleopatra was not a woman who surrendered easily. In 48 BCE, destiny arrived on Egyptian shores. Julius Caesar, Rome's most powerful general, pursued his rival Pompey to Alexandria. Cleopatra saw her chance. Legend says she had herself smuggled into Caesar's chambers, wrapped in a carpet. When it was unrolled, Caesar found not a frightened queen, but a confident woman of extraordinary charm and wit. That night began one of the most famous alliances in history. The Queen and the Conqueror. Cleopatra and Caesar became political and romantic partners. Together they defeated her brother's forces in the Battle of the Nile. Cleopatra reclaimed her throne, now ruling as Pharaoh of Egypt with Caesar's protection. She bore him a son, Caesarion, believed to be the only child of Julius Caesar. For a brief moment, Egypt stood independent, strong, and prosperous. Cleopatra's vision was to restore Egypt's glory, not as a Roman province, but as an equal power. But Rome had other plans. The rise of Mark Antony. In 44 BCE, Caesar was assassinated. Cleopatra lost her greatest ally, and the Roman world fell into chaos. Two men now fought for power: Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir, and Mark Antony, his loyal general. Mark Antony summoned Cleopatra to Tarsus, and when they met, history repeated itself. She arrived on a golden barge, sails scented with perfume, dressed as the goddess Isis. Antony was captivated instantly. Their love was both passionate and political. Together they ruled the East, Antony from Rome's armies, Cleopatra from Egypt's throne. They had 3 children and dreamed of creating a vast Eastern empire. But in Rome, Octavian saw their union as a threat. The war with Rome. Octavian declared war, not on Antony, but on Cleopatra herself. He portrayed her as a dangerous temptress who had bewitched a Roman general and aimed to destroy Rome. It was propaganda, but it worked. In 31 BCE, the two great powers clashed in the Battle of Actium. Cleopatra's fleet, alongside Antony's, faced Octavian's navy and was decisively defeated. The lovers fled to Egypt, their empire in ruins. Rome was closing in. The death of a queen. Octavian's forces captured Alexandria. Believing Cleopatra dead, Antony took his own life, falling on his sword. When Cleopatra learned of his death, her world ended. She refused to be paraded through Rome as a prisoner. In her final act of defiance, Cleopatra chose her own fate. According to legend, she allowed a poisonous asp to bite her, dying as Egypt's last pharaoh. With her death, Egypt became a province of Rome, and the ancient age of pharaohs came to an end. The legend. Cleopatra's story has echoed through time, told and retold as myth, art, and legend. But beyond the beauty and romance was a woman of intelligence, courage, and ambition. A ruler who dared to defy the world's greatest empire, and whose name still commands power over 2,000 years later. Cleopatra, the queen who defied Rome and became immortal. If you love exploring the mysteries of history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more epic stories from the past.